All right. C1x Road to launch, day 15? I think it's 15. We're going to start today. Let me plug in my Mac here. Ill prepared. All right. So, we're going to start with a little bit of just marketing brainstorming and then jump into some coding on the aesthetics list that I put together yesterday. So for marketing, this is... Whoa. Why did it do that? I don't know. I lost my... toolbar. Why did... It's always something stupid at the start of these videos. Mac toolbar to another display. I know I can do it by just resetting, but I don't want to do that. Displays. Weird. Okay. I think we're good now. All right. Wanted to do a little filling in on this marketing list. Once we do that, we'll jump into coding. Got an idea of some stuff I might post next week, but this is just categories and most of the posts that I've created on Canva for marketing the app. I created a few more off video yesterday. But development diaries, this is, that's pretty much it. Just going to be working on whatever version I'm on at the time, which is 5. I don't need new ideas there. Nothing here. Stats Spotlight. Did want to think a little bit about what I could do with this. What stats would be interesting to show. Lopsided C2 bonus statistics. What else? I'm just going to keep calling them lopsided as in much higher than normal. Things that I could highlight in Pro Tour tournaments. If someone has a really lopsided C2 bonus stat, which is just C2 putts made minus C1 putts missed. C1 in regulation, just like greens in regulation in golf. What else? I have lots of other unique stats that I haven't actually put in the app yet. Maybe just lopsided parked statistics, that would be good. High birdie streaks. Let's mark them all blue. Okay. Personal tournaments, easy. Utah states, highlighting. Idaho states, highlights. What else do I have? Creekside Open. Creekside Open highlights. Okay. Testimonials and reviews, implementing user feedback. I don't have much else there. I currently have 0 responses to my feedback form in the app, so need the feedback before I can implement it. Sharing user rounds, just for people to submit them. I can create a just post for encouraging users to share and tag the C1x account. Okay. Pro rounds, EDGC just happened, Pro Worlds I'll leave that one for now. I want to do that more regularly anyways, which might happen outside of this. Polls and engagement. Input on round display design on all stats design. What else? What else? Maybe just those two right now. Video promotions, tutorial video is good. I also videos or highlights of videos where I cover a Pro Tour round. I was thinking about because I already want to create some marketing material based off of entering rounds from the Pro Tour into C1x. And maybe I just make a video of myself doing that. I can talk about the stats from the round, why I chose the round. They can just be their own YouTube videos. And then I'll just use those graphics into what I've already made on Canva for posting them to Instagram. Might be easy. Tester counts. Global course list counts. That's probably it for right now. I keep thinking I need to implement some backend to just track like number of rounds scored in C1x. But obviously I haven't done it yet. Swag pack sneak peeks. Gonna be good for right now. Nothing here. Nothing there. Giveaways, live Q&As, business. Implementing where the referral button is in the app, how the referral system works, encouraging followers to refer people to the app. FAQs. I already added one down here, which was how much does it cost? What is C1x? Explaining the C2 bonus stat. How to add a course. How to score a round. Could make posts on those. Putting users to share version progression. Alpha, beta, launch for all screens. So I could do, and I made a post for this, but I could just show like the progression of the main menu from alpha to beta to launch. That is something that I have some record of. Could definitely do that for at least a lot of the main screens. Okay. I think that's good. That checks this task off for me. Each category done. And okay. So now this list. I don't like this round display task. I was thinking about that. The issue is it looks fine here if there's no distances to show. Are these in meters right now? If the distances default to 300, I need to think of a way to show that. So, for example, what courses do I have on here? Five feet. That was for my own rounds. Art, I already had them. 300. So I think, let's say I score a round on the 300 one. We'll do another quick test of the changing a starting hole, finish round. So it is only set to do it when it's 5. Okay. Okay. Let's go to round display. Let's Control F and find 5 here. Not these. We're looking for it in an if statement. It might only be on the infographic view. I think it is. It's definitely only on the infographic view. Oh, maybe right here. No, this is it. Okay. If it's greater than 5. That's where I'm showing this. If. So if their distances aren't set, everything defaults to 300. If they're in meters, I think it defaults to 91. 91. So we need a var were distances set equals true if how do I want to go about this? Thinking. I could go through every single one, but that does seem excessive. We can go for our hole equals 0, hole is less than converted distances, dot length, hole plus plus, if to 91 and it's not equal to 300, then we go I've got too many freaking notifications coming through right now. Too many. Yeah, there is no set state here. Equal to true. And then can I do like a break here? This might be a quick question for ChatGPT. Not something I use a ton. Will the break below exit the for loop or just the if statement? Perfect. Okay, now that is exactly how I want it to work. So that way, if they set the distances, I assume that one of the first two holes at least would have, if they're in feet, that one of the first two holes is going to have a distance other than 300 feet, even if it's 301 feet. That means they set the distances. We set it to true, we break the for loop. So it only runs until it can confirm that they were set. Were distances set. Excuse me. And then here, if were distances set, else, so what do I want to show if the distances weren't set? That is my question. Do I just show like a dash? Does that look silly? So it is working. Distances were not set on this because every single one of them was 300 or 91 if in meters, which it is right now. So we change it to feet, we still get the dash. I mean, I don't love the dash, but it does get rid of that spacing issue I was talking about. Brainstorming help. In my C1x app, entering distances for each hole is optional. If distances were entered, then my round summary view lists them under each hole. If they weren't entered, the distances aren't shown at all. The issue with not showing them is that it introduces some weird spacing issues that I like to avoid. What else other than distance could I show on the summary view to keep spacing the same? It's gonna tell me maybe like a blank box, which I could do, but then it just looks weird. Yeah. I already showed the par. I don't hate that idea. Let people add distance. If no distances were added, show a plus for the first hole on the round summary view, dash for every hole after. Let users tap on the plus, pull up a dialog, and add hole distances. Hitting submit would need to update providers and JSON file. So currently in the app, if someone plays a course where distances weren't added and they score a round, there is no option to go change those distances. There's also no option to go edit a round. Which, does there need to be currently? Not necessarily. I mean, you can undo shots during the round. Probably a 2-add later. Users need to edit a round from the round display view. Same dialog as the edit name. So I could just have a button here that says edit round. I like this plus idea with the distances. So I think right now I'm going to leave it all as dashes, and I'll go back and add this plus at the end. We could do, I can just go and add this block in here right now, else if what's my for loop here? Hole 0. I'm just displaying hole, so no, hole would be equal to 1 there. Hole is equal to 1. So if it's the first hole, then it's probably going to be something like this. Here we can just do this. Give me a text widget matching the styling below, which is wrapped in a gesture detector, to open up a dialog with a simple title and content. Just text for now. Oh, hold on. I didn't give it the format. This goes here. Can I not show a dialogue here? block exists a widget function, context isn't defined. Gonna make me pass it? Come on. Fine. Scroll. Not that far. Build context. I feel like Canva's slowing me down quite a bit. Something should be broken right now. Infographic is. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Child needs to be this for that item. I'm gonna need to get it from this one too, aren't I? Man. Definitely am. Do I have a context here? Yeah. I do. It says I do. Context. Comma. Comma. Context. Quick reload. Alright, I've got a plus there. It is really small. Technically, it gives me something, though. Okay. Okay. That should be fine. So we're not going to check that item off yet. I don't want to go add this whole thing. Not the most important. Alternate way to show distances. I mean, I think I can just let them turn it off. Round scorecard view. What happens if you score around on this? I think on the round scorecard I probably do something similar, not to where is, oh, I don't set it, I've already assigned it into the variable. Okay. Var where distance is set is equal to false for, I don't know why I'm typing this again. We can just do it here. And then this becomes round information dot whole distances. True break. And then on that button, if it's not equal to 5, else. So this one will be if we're distance is set. Is that what I called it? Where distance is set. If I'm showing the whole distance, and then if I'm not. So if I reset here, yeah, there we go. So we're just gonna hide it if the distance wasn't set. Obviously, I do think this could look better, but I don't know. I mean, do I just, if I just get rid of the dash, Like if it's just a space, is that? That gap just looks stupid. Just looks stupid. So I think I want the dash. It's at least something. It's at least something. Yeah, I think I'm going to call that good there for today on this item. And now we're going to go into some of these aesthetic changes. So let's close out all the stuff that we don't need. Starting hole management, I never even used that file. Just go ahead and delete it. Round display, round scorecard. Main menu I want open. I want button designs open. All right, a little too much space on the bottom. We can start with the primary button. Base height 0.1 and 0.08. Could I shift the whole thing down just a little bit? Like if I change this. Do I need main menu open too? Is that? Nothing? I don't think what I just changed did anything. Offset, is this what it is? I didn't change anything either. I'm on the right button, aren't I? Why is... Nothing is moving. Because I guess, like, what if I do this? Oh. Do you think that's better? Yeah. It's just a little bit lopsided right now when I... It's better. Okay. I'm going to call that good for the primary buttons. Let's go to secondary. So right now we are at 0.8, 0.064. So what about 7.5? too much on the sides, actually. 3, 6, 3, 2. What about 3, 5 here? Three, 4, too much? No. Definitely closer. 7, too little? Too little. I think 7, 5 might be the winner there. Yeah. Alright, icon buttons should be even a smaller change. I think good amount of space on the sides, just a little bit less on the bottom there. Top size 0.08 5. So what if I make this 3? No. Just the height that I want changed. And solely of the base. A little bit more. That needs to be adjusted slightly. Press offset, is that what I'm changing? Five and 0. Oh, this maybe? Mm-hmm. 6. Just want them to be nice and centered on that press. I think that's much closer. Yeah. Okay. I think that's good. Space on the bottom cleared up. New unique button design solely for rounds on the main menu and implement. Okay. So size-wise, probably closer to those primary buttons. Rounds button. Rounds button. Button state. Rounds button. Okay. And I was thinking a lighter background. We can try white just to start with. Rounds button. color, button colors, base color. So this is on style preset. Static var rounds base color equals something very light. I could just use the main orange again. Maybe we'll try it. Colors dot main sunset orange. Or no, not base colors. That's static var rounds top color and label color. Label color is probably still going to be black. Base color is probably still going to be that same shadow on it. And then we try main sunset orange here. And then on colors here, this can be rounds base color. This can be rounds top color. And this can be rounds label. Button colors dot rounds label color. Come. This is going to have to get updated quite a bit. Quite a bit. So on the main menu for my rounds button, we have this. I need to copy basically the whole padding, and that's what this child becomes. These are all going to be button colors dot rounds label color. Yeah, it should not be a const. Same thing here. Same thing here. And then all of these are going to have to get passed in. So we've got name, date, and score. String round name, final string round date, string round score. On the all rounds view, am I showing those same things? I am. Okay, so those are all going to be required. This round score. Okay, and then this becomes round name. Undefined round name, didn't I just define it? Oh, I've got to use, what is it? Widget dot round name? Yeah. Widget dot round date. And then widget dot round score. Go ahead and format this real quick. Okay. shorter and much longer is what they need to be. So screen height, screen width. Base width times, let's start here. This one, so this can be 0.9, this width can be 0.85, base height. So I copied these from the primary. It needs to be much shorter. So maybe we go like, we're just gonna try 0.06 and 0.05 and just see how that comes out. And the only thing left to do is going to be to go copy one of our primary buttons here. So I don't actually think I need label anymore on this, right? Because I'm not actually using it anywhere. So we got primary button, and then that's what this is going to become down here. So instead of this outline button and that shape, it's going to be this. We're getting rid of this padding. So this is going to be rounds button. It's going to tell me there's arguments required. Yep. So then round name will be round names round. Round date and user score. What did I call it? Round score. Round score is equal to user scores round. Probably gonna give me an error. Yeah, we gotta do a refresh here. All right, probably gonna look terrible right off the bat. Yeah. A-okay. Height needs to be increased. So let's start with that. Let's go. We can go up to closer to what it was for the primary button. Padding does work. So obviously some things that don't look great about this. We need less space on the side, more on the bottoms. Let's make the top a little wider. So instead of this, let's go 8.7. And then on the base height, 9.5. Yeah. A little bit more maybe. 9.7. A little less here. 5.5. Yeah. Just a little bit less on the side, I think. Yeah. All right, color. Obviously. Don't think that's gonna work. We could go just way off the rails here. way off the rails. I don't hate the black foreground though. Can I go just a little bit lighter with it? Or I guess, like, what if I keep this as solid black? Reset. All right, now we go back to ChatGPT here. I need the same black, but just a little bit wider. Should be a barely noticeable change. Just a little bit. Just a little bit more distinction between this and the shadow, but still enough that white text looks good. Graphite black, slightly lighter. That is a little bit lighter. Can I wrap it in like a white border then? That might be unique. Box decoration, I think that's just this. Or is that the base? No, that's the top. You gonna make me reset again? Oh, only on pressed. What if we did? So when I press these in, we do increase the border thickness just a little bit. Okay. I see the point there. Trying some different options here. Too much? Probably. How's that? It is unique, right? It is unique. Too big. By 1.7, which means that it would definitely be an issue. on a smaller screen. No, don't do that. Should probably make it a little bit bigger. The round score could definitely be bigger. I get rid of the date. I still want to show the date. Like, let's say this goes here. And make this just a space. What does that look like? Spacer. Does that look silly? That's just going to cut off text so fast. So very, very fast. I just wanted the round name to be bigger, but I do think the date needs to be shown on there. I think that's important. We could just show it underneath the score. I think I could. I think these all need to have some overflow on them just in case. I like this button. I would like that gray to be a little bit darker. Okay, how about another step up? Maybe twice as big as the last step. Soft charcoal. That's what we're going with now. I think that gray is just a little too light for me. A little less noticeable border there. I did the wrong one. Not that. This one. It's not really noticeable at all now. So maybe I just try that. Maybe that one was too much. Not soft charcoal. graphite. Tab here, backspace there, copy, paste. Just a little bit lighter. I didn't notice a single change. All right. I need it to be even lighter. 3 steps up. Graphite light. How light is this going to be now? Not much. Okay. Maybe this will be better. Yeah. Just a little bit. Like I just need a little bit of a definition there. That's perfect. Okay. Should I make the button even taller? Because I would love to just get away with the round name here. I feel like the date needs to be on there. And I want to use the same button design for this in the all rounds. All rounds definitely needs to have the date. An easy solution is to make it taller and then just increase the text size. Because my main concern right now is just that this left side is hard to read. But because if I make this much bigger, then I'm going way beyond the bounds here. But it's actually not a huge step. 895 and 87. And this is height that we're talking about, so it's here we're 097 to 085. So if I kick this up to like 012, 09. Still 11 pixels, is that what it's telling me? 1 and 9.8. 4.3 pixels. 1.3, 1.1. That's going to be too big though. It is. Because I need to fit 3 of these and they're going to fit just fine. I think fine is in pretty snugly on this bigger screen, but there's no way that's going to work on a smaller one. All right, so let's revert back here. I think to this point, yeah. Because I can make it a little bigger, but not much. Can I convert? I can. Really, it's a, let's make ChatGPT update it for me. Up here, get formatted date, 2 decimals, percentage total number. Where's it at? Where's it get formatted data? I call it somewhere. I know it's here. Not there. Not all stats management copy functions. Yes. Okay. I use this function to get a date for when a round was played. If I have a date in string format that was created by this function, provide another function to convert it into a worded string, like so. 0, 7, 23, 25 becomes July 23. Beautiful. This. Thank you. And then here we can go final new date is equal to format date to words widget dot round date. And then I think I can use this down here. Let's try it. It's probably gonna bug because I didn't have that code in the app yet. Yeah. The restart just never works. When I add new code, I've got to reset it. Yeah, July 23rd. Oh. I did get an error there. Let's reset again. Let's see if it happens again. It is. Okay. Seems to work, but the app is throwing this error. What is the format in the example round? Or that's not what I'm at. 0720. Oh, it's in year. Shoot. Yep, my fault. The year fault. It's actually 4 digits. Update your function accordingly. All right, so this becomes no, just this. Already have that import. All right, reload now. Perfect, no error now. Okay, so I like having it in the worded format. want that. I want the round name to be bigger. Even just a little bit bigger breaks it. So I'm worried I'm already going to break it on a smaller screen. I could just reduce the amount of padding. Definitely an option. Only, then I can go left 8.0, right 8.0. And then I bet if I change this, yeah. Maybe I just roll with that right now. I'm gonna have to test everything on a smaller screen. There's new round button on main menu. Okay. Where's all rounds at? Yeah, there we go. All right. All right, so new button design for the main menu and implement. I think this looks pretty decent. I do like the dimensions here. I think that I feel like I still have too much space on the bottom of this main menu button. Hide that. On this one, my height here still needs to be a little bit smaller. 9.3. Did I ever actually change this one? I don't know. I mean, I thought I did, but should they? No, it had the outside. Okay. Maybe still a little bit less on the height. A little bit less. And that offset is a little too much. I want it to be higher. I want it to be higher. I'm gonna roll with that right now. All right, so main menu done there. Unique button design solely for the rounds on the main menu, and implement white or lighter background. Obviously, I went a completely different direction there. Instead of the white, could I Like what if I were to take this and do like something like this? You have to reset there. I mean, the white's obviously easier to read. But cream white. Let's try this. Just felt like just the white was a bit too much. Maybe like just a gray, trying to avoid adding some color to it. So instead of this, just the gray. I don't like the gray at all. It's kind of got a greenish hint to it. It does look terrible. I agree. I agree. What about slightly darker here? No. Right now I need a light gray to match the scheme of the colors above. Yeah, I need the true light gray that is still neutral. We'll try this. See if I like this more than I like the white. That's not even close. I need the graphite lightest, but still much lighter. Closer to white, but not quite there. I have so many extra colors here. All of the color schemes I've tried for this app. Text colors, background colors, etc., etc. It's a lot. Yeah. I feel like the white was just too much. I think that maybe is a little bit better. Okay. I'm going to call that good now. Main menu button, now good. I have room to show one additional line of info for rounds on the main menu. Determine what it could be and implement it. My button for each round shows the round name, the date the round was played, and the user's score. This button is intended to show a quick snapshot of each round to the user so they know which one they want to tap. What is one additional piece of info I could include on the button displays? Could also be a graphic of some sort. Need some unique ideas. Best hole highlight. Tooltip or text on tap. Hey. What? What do you want? It would be kind of fun if, like, on the button press, it showed new text, but the user's finger is going to be covering that up, so it's probably not great. And I don't want them to like be like holding and then trying to like drag. And course icon or logo, a difficulty. So one thing I am collecting from users is a difficulty of a course. I could show like a green blue, kind of like ski difficulties, like green blue, black double black. That would be interesting. I don't hate it. The issue is that users don't have to show it, and if every single course just doesn't have a rating, then they don't have to enter a course difficulty when they add it. The course difficulty is the best one I like out of that, but it's hard to implement when I'm not requiring users to actually input a course difficulty. If they're doing it, if everyone was doing it, it'd be great. But it's not something I want to force users to do, because for simple stats, it's not required. So I don't want to like add an unnecessary feature for people to have to go through that's not directly related to what the app is meant to do. That's kind of fun. I love that one. All right, on 2, love the strip showing hole by hole performance. I instead want this to be horizontal, and it needs to be pretty thin. No labels, just color sections for each hole. You can just make them all black, and I have my own custom colors I'll add into it. I do like that. And I'm just going to add this to my round display graphics. I think. Maybe we'll do this. We'll go main menu, display, graphics. Create everything in a new file, and if I decide to simplify down at some point, then I can, but I will definitely need both of those. Here, what's its suggestion? That's Is it actually that simple? Function will need to take in the course pars, whole scores, and generate these colors manually. Kind of like how I do it below. And then let's go. Where do is it down here? Tis not, is it on the round design? I've got a function somewhere where I set the colors. And that's what I need to do. Round display maybe. Get score color, here we go. All right. Exactly. Okay. So then this can become this. We're going to copy this. This will become round management, round display, because I already have the function. So we're going to get score color. Score color. Okay. And then the use is just that. So let's go try this. This is, all right. So below is how I would call the function. I was gonna ask a question and I think I answered it myself. So on the button design, we've got, where am I at here? Primary. So I need the rounds button. I'm already receiving the pars and user scores. No, I am not. Okay, we need to. Final list int round. I'll just call it pars. Final list int user scores. And I'm not going to make it required. This pars is equal to 3. This dot. We can make them required, I guess. Required this dot pars, this dot user scores, and then here I keep everything in a row. So I need to wrap it all in another column then. I think. Let's try it real quick. Column. No, not that. And then here I need to call this round performance strip. We need round management, main menu display graphics. Okay. And then yeah, it's just going to be these two things. So widget.pars and widget.userscores. Then we add a comma. And then I just need to make sure that it's I'm actually passing those values. So then pars, round pars round Yeah, round parse does not work. But I should have round parse provider, right? Final round parse is equal to ref watch. Okay, and then user scores. Let's call it user whole scores because I am going to want them to be distinguished from what I'm already calling user whole scores. Here, here, and here. And then I need to grab that provider as well. Final user whole scores is equal to round, or is it just user whole scores provider? Yeah. Reset. I put it at the top. But, so I meant to put it at the bottom. But it's not bad. It is not bad. Bottom 2.0. Reset. I did not put it in the right spot. I was like, why did that break everything? That's kind of cool. I was like, I was getting some errors there, but it seems like that was related to me putting it in the wrong spot. That's so cool. So I'm just taking the colors here and just mapping them to a row. So hole 1 is here, hole 18 is here. Real question, something that I'm not really accounting for. Oh, I'm only setting the height. So that's going to fit. Okay, so, because what I was wondering here is now what happens if I score one on a longer course, right? I'm just going to mix in some different colors here. Finish round. So we get it here. I can swipe left and right. If if there are more than 18 holes, we need some indication on the round display view that the user can swipe to view them. We're going to move that up here. Yeah, it just makes them really small. But we still fit them all. And 36 is the max. This is 35, so it surely could fit one more. That looks pretty cool. Pretty happy with that. Now I want to make the whole button a little bit bigger so the stuff gets spaced out a little bit better. So back to round button here. I'm at 097, or no. Yeah, height 0, 0, 097, 085. So let's just add 5 to each. And then I think here I could go axis alignment, space evenly. boy, I like how quickly did that just start looking really good. That is so fun. I'm so excited about that. This is the way we use ChatGPT to brainstorm stuff. I won't say that I never would have come up with that, but it would have taken me a really long time. Well, that definitely solves that issue. June 29th, the date's working. Wow. Let me go double check just because I'm thinking about it. My logic on this. If day is greater than or equal to 11 and less than or equal to 13, return TH. So 11th, 12th, 13th. Else multiplied by 10. First, 31st, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth. Yeah. Okay. That looks incredible. Done. Color scheme for all non-round buttons. Darker with a white text or gray. Oh, so that's what I was thinking about doing for these. I see. They could be more neutral. Thankfully it is extremely easy to change because of the way that I'm setting this up, which is great. So this is what it is currently. Let's go comment all of these out. Label color we can keep. Let's just start with a app theme colors.graphite near white, and then let's make the base color graphite black, slightly lighter. Big change. We'll see what that gets me. See if I like it more. I mean, I don't dislike it. I don't like it against the background that I have. So I wonder if, like, here we go, more of a solid background. Vivid sunset blush, vivid sunset orange. Can I just reset that? No, we gotta restart. Too much? It looks like these faded are less colorful than those. All right, let's go. I need a set of colors in between main and vivid. Let's add another set here. Medium sunset red, medium sunset blush, and medium sunset orange. Okay, medium sunset red, medium sunset blush, and medium sunset orange. Let's give that a try. I feel like it's just a little too much popping out. That's getting better. Because I just don't want to take away from this. Now give me a set between medium and main. One more take here. Maybe this is going in the wrong direction, but we'll find out. Soft. Too light. Because it is tough. The lighter the background gets, the better this looks. But also the worse these buttons look. I don't want these buttons to have a dark background. What's the solution here? I like a little bit more color. What if I were to do a like we go main, sunset blush, I go vivid. This is, I think, just probably not a good idea all around, but for giggles, we'll try it. So trying to go vivid on the top and bottom and neutral in the middle. Yeah, it looks terrible. Okay. Looks terrible. So I know we're changing the page backgrounds once again. Sorry about it. I just need to make those buttons look a little bit better. It is hard though because this... Oh, did I never... I do still have it as main. Here. A little bit of lighter does make those round buttons look so good. Just a little bit more dark background. Maybe white is too much here, maybe said graphite near white, because that's what I'm matching right now. I mean, what if I just go like the concrete gray? Yeah, obviously not. Excuse me. I'm like extremely set on these round buttons. Like this background could maybe be a little bit darker. The text could be a little bit lighter, but other than that, I don't want to change anything. I love the dark background, light foreground. We got the bar on the bottom. I think that looks so good. And I think it only looks good because it's on the dark background. I think it starts to look much worse if it's on a lighter background. I just cannot figure out like the page background and these buttons. Obviously the buttons as they're at right now are not it. Not it. Dark red orange is what I was going with. Just really red. It's better than the blush, for sure. I don't think a gray is going to be it. Gray is not. My page background is currently a gradient using the main set of colors. I have 3 T buttons on the page, which I need help selecting colors for. There's an existing 3D button for the user to select their rounds, which is a black background, base, graphite, dark graphite, foreground, top, and a light gray label. When the button is pressed, the foreground shifts downward to simulate a button press. This button looks really good. I added the graphic above for a whole summary using colors. And it pops well on the dark background. I can't decide what colors would look good to use on the other buttons on this page, which need to have a different appearance than the round buttons. Alright, I can try that. Top is soft, base is medium. Top is soft, base is medium. And then label color will be graphite black. Probably should just be normal black. Okay. do you think this should just be a colors.black? Let's see if that makes a really noticeable difference on the app or not. Did it reset? Not noticeable. I think I need to stick with the black there. Alright, its other suggestion was to try the orange. Sunset orange, I could try the red as well. I do not dislike this though. The direction that we're going in here at least. Not orange. Sunset red. Medium sunset red. I like the direction that this is going in. However, the main and soft color sets are pretty close. And I have these buttons on the top, middle, and bottom of the screen. What that means is that regardless of which color I go with, red, blush, orange, I end up with a button somewhere that looks very close to its background. Tint the top face. Give me full color for base and top to accomplish immediate change. Try these two. Sunset red mid, sunset red dark, sunset red mid. I don't think I'm gonna like this, but we can give it a try at least. Oh, I did put them in the wrong order though. Sunset red mid. Try that first. Better. Better. Yeah. Lighter shadow, brighter face. I think I like the darker. I think the darker is needed. So let's try these two with the sunset blush. I don't think I'm gonna like the orange at all. I think that's too much. Here. Sunset blush dark, sunset blush mid. sunset blush mid, sunset blush dark. Let's try those two. Red is definitely better. Okay, so what don't I like about the red? Your first suggestion, the primary red, is definitely the one that looks the best. I think it's still missing something. Maybe the colors are still a bit too faded red instead of a red orange. Try that. I don't think I have these colors already. Dark, sunset, red, orange. Try those two. Orange mid, sunset, red, orange, dark. See, I think these are going to be too much. Like maybe the faded is needed. No. I think this changed. This is worse. I think this is better. But I can't. Do I want the border on that button push? Let's go change something else about it. So when I push down, maybe not adding a border on this? No, I do think I want a border. Okay. Maybe we just go like 1.5. Make it a little bit thinner. Even thinner. And if not, maybe we just keep it at what it was. Let's go all the way down. Let's try it. Can't decide here. Stick with one there. That one's already at one. Okay, is the icon button already at 1 too? Already at 1, okay. This was not a good change. Colors were much too vibrant and took away from my buttons and the subtle background. I think going back to the primary red suggestion above, but just a little bit more. What do I want a little bit more of? Sunsetty vibe. See what these look like. Maybe dark, sunset red, refined, mid. All right, so from this to this. Is it better? Does it all still look terrible? I think it's better than what it was when I started doing this. But is it actually any good? Like, does this look like it was done well? I don't think it looks bad. I think I'm going to stick with this for right now. I think I'm going to. All non-round buttons, so that's going to be our, that's going to be what these look like. These buttons needed a little touch up. Back buttons, secondary, little mini back button. Fine for the most part. All right, let's go touch up these secondary buttons real quick. Secondary. All right, right here. So I think the space below them is okay. I don't think I changed the space below, right? Needs to be longer. Yeah, the base height is going to be the same on both. So it's just going to be this length, and they're a little too long. And I think I just want to increase the width of the top to get it there. So maybe we just go 5 here. Yeah, that looks better. Actually, almost just a little too much, like 495. Just a little bit more. Make that press down look a little bit better. Yeah. Okay. So button design's changed for now. Unit of measurement toggle on the settings view, right where I'm at, to be more similar to the distance toggle. Okay, so let's go to, so I want to make this look a little more cleaned up, kind of like this does. Let's go to our add a course view. Let's clear out some of this. Let's go down to our settings file. Or no, it's not settings. Start with the add a course file. We'll see what I'm doing here to, I think it was that Flutter switch import that I just saw above. Yeah, definitely is. All right, so we can start with that. I might need services as well, and if I don't, then we can just delete it. copy those in, and then let's already imported by material. Okay. Back up to add a course. Let's go down to the switch right here. I'm just gonna grab the whole thing. I went too far. Right there, and then we're going to come down to settings, and where I have this toggle unit of measurement, instead of that row, I want to make it I don't think I need it in the row. All right, so value, initial label index can be, oh, it's a true or false though, it's not an index. So can I make this a false and a true? I think I can. Unit of measurement equals val. Toggle size, this can be screen width times 0.4 maybe. Probably even bigger than that. We can go 5. Height 40. Do I even set a height on this one? I don't. I feel like that's a little small. 50. Toggle size 40. I won't mess with the colors just yet, or the icons just yet. All right, on press though, we need the set state here. Set state, unit of measurement is equal to val. Yeah, it says I don't need that. If val is equal to false, feet, else meters. Perfect. Okay, so now that we have that, the labels I would need to update, but this stuff is what's really important. That's now copied over, so I should be able to just delete this row. And let's see if I can just do a little format the selection here. It will not let me. Okay. Let's go manually update, because otherwise it drives me crazy. Okay. And here. I already have everything inside of a set state. I'm just not realizing that. So we can get rid of one of those. Definitely don't need 2 of them. All right, let's do a reset, see if it's working here. It is not. Oh, I think it's. If I reset it again, I shouldn't get that error. Just because I had changed code from integers to true false for this switch. So on should be meters. It is. If I turn it off, that should be feet. It is. It is definitely far too long. So let's cut that in half. The height is okay. The icons we need to update. So see how it feels about all this. I'm using the below footer switch to set the unit of measurement in the app to either feet, false, or meters, true. The icon label of the toggle will need to change to reflect this. Ideas. Maybe it's just typing the abbreviation FT and meters. And I guess that's the question, is does it need to be active, inactive? Like, can I do this? Yeah, maybe. Where's the line need to go? Up here. Text align, dot center. It's definitely not sitting in the middle there. Colors dot white. I don't understand why it's not centered. Inactive is just going to be feet. Const. This should be the same thing. Meters. That did it. I kind of like just making these like white and black. So like inactive color, this would be black. Toggle. Do we have an active toggle color? Inactive toggle color, is that a thing? We do. Beautiful. Okay. So we take this, and instead of this, we go, nope, active and inactive. So this is going to be colors.black. So inactive toggle color will be colors.white. Active toggle colors.black, comma. So inactive color, inactive toggle color. So active icon. Inactive icon is going to be black. That one's going to be white. The active color would be black, and then this one's going to be colors.white. Let's see if I'm onto anything decent here. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Pretty fun, I think. Can we, last thing, minor, but put it in the right font. Don't want bold there. No, I think 4 is good there. If I put a period, does that make it more clear? The M is pretty clear to see. I'm worried that the... No. Too much, right? Alright. I'm gonna roll with that for now. I think that looks better at least. Could I go... Maybe instead of the whites I can use that same gray I'm using. That might be a little bit better. Graphite near white. Let's go to settings and then just everywhere I have that white, we're going to change to this, to this, to this. Can't be used in a const. Ooh, the borders. What's the variable there? Unit of measurement index. So unit of measurement index, colors dot white colors. Bottom flipped black. Colors dot graphite near white, and then the toggle border should be something similar here. For feet it should be black, so flip these again. Alright, app theme colors dot graphite near white, and then this one would be black. Try that. No border on that one. This just needs to be colors black. Save. Yeah, get rid of that. Better. Okay. Calling it there. This looks good. Let me make sure once more that it's working. So right now we're in feet. Good. Change it to meters. Good. Okay. Should the size be any different? Could be a a little bit more compact, perhaps. Or wider, maybe? No. I think that's probably pretty good. Done there. Yeah.
Can I just grab close?
Mm-hmm. All right, we're gonna do a couple more things and then we'll sign off here. This length and text size for the longer secondary buttons, pretty much already did that. I increased them just a little bit. Definitely more than how's the text on the screen right now. And I think, because I do have a smaller phone and I think they still fit just fine on my phone. Yeah. They do, so I think we're already good on this one. And then on these two text field items, that was what I wanted to wrap up with. So on the add course field, I'm skipping the global course one. I can get to that. It's this item right here, anyways. I guess maybe we can do that real quick. Row. So we got a 15 button spacer switch spacer button 15. I wonder why it isn't. Do I need to just center it? Main axis alignment dot center. Maybe that's all it is. No. What else could it be? Let's drop it into ChatGPT. For some reason, this row centered last icon button is touching the right edge of the screen. Why? Oh, did I make it height? Fixed. No, I don't think I need that. Yeah. Width, not height. Silly. All right, fixed. Text fields. I want this text field to be more rounded and have a black border. The hint text is not centered in the button. Maybe if I just make it a little bit taller, we go 40. It's closer. All right, let's grab this. Yeah, there we go. Better? I think so. We got a whole bunch of version history stuff to update here. We can do that right at the very end. All right, text field on add course needs to have a black border like the rest of the view. It does. And then same thing on the global courses. Let me tab this out to match where the rest of the widget is. Okay, and then let's, instead of translating it myself, this is another great thing that we just make ChatGPT do. This one looks good. Make the same change to the below text field. Enter. Unchanged search. Current search. Nice. Maybe a little bit taller on this one too. Yeah, a little bit more depth to it. I think I like that. Okay. I think that's good. I think we are going to call it there. Let's go update the version history file. And then we should be good. Lots of pretty progressive changes today. That thing is still just so good. So good. All right. What all did we do today? All new. I mean, at the end of this, every page is going to get a refresh, right? All new button designs. New round buttons, including a fun scorecard summary. I want to get an exclamation point because I'm excited about it. Updated layout of settings view. Design of settings view. Here we go. Minor changes. Updated design of units of measurement toggle and settings view. Minor changes to text boxes on add course and global courses view. New round buttons, including a fun scorecard summary. I didn't change that one. That one is still style presets. Top disabled color. And sunset blush. Would that be better? Didn't get there in time. No, let's go. ChatGPT question. These are my two colors for a button. What would be a good top color to indicate that the button is disabled? Text is black. With opacity, I don't think the with opacity works. It's not going to work. Is equal to this. What does that look like? That is better. I'll try this and see if it's better, and if it is, then we'll update the deprecated part. It is better. It's better. Okay. With opacity is deprecated. Update to use alpha. With alpha 102. Let's do a reset, make sure that works. Did not work at all. Oh, 2 dots. Surely that did not help. Yeah, there we go. Okay, lovely. So back to this. Minor changes to text boxes. Adjusted top row of buttons on the add course view. I think that was it. Go through completed here real quick. Alternate way to show distances. So we did the button designs, added the summary, change buttons, changed the toggle. So it'd really just be that that showing distances. Do I want to make a note of that yet? If the distances are preset. If distances weren't set, found display view and scorecard now do not show that. Found display view has a new plus. If distances weren't set, to add them after the fact, if desired. In progress, not finished yet. Okay. I'm definitely not going to say that it's perfect, but it is coming along for sure. This is really tying a lot of it together, as opposed to just as the reminder, this is what it looked like when we started today. So that is quite the shift there. I think substantially better. Okay. We'll call it there, and we got the version history file updated. Did I check off everything I needed to? Global courses needs to have a black border. We did that. Yes. Okay. Cool. We've got a lot more similar stuff coming, but we're going to get there. Dialogues are going to have to change. We're going to update the appearance of all of this stuff. Same thing on the My Courses view, getting this updated. New button designs for those. We're getting there. Every time I see this, I think M&M's. Circle with an M on it. Anywho. Yeah. We will call it there for today. So, more design changes coming. I've got to get to work on marketing some rounds in C1x, which is going to be much more fun to do when everything starts to look like this. But yeah, we'll call it there for today. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.